most of the people I speak to, and myself included, when we really get down to it, when talking about awakening, there's something inside us that's looking to be free, really. Looking to kind of be free from, well, shackles, chains. We're not entirely sure what, but there's definitely like an inclination, an intuition that we want to be free. And I've spent a lot of time, and I know a lot of people that spent a lot of time thinking that this freedom is a freedom for the mind to be free to think whatever it wants, and then it starts to imagine that that freedom also includes everything going my way, me being able to make sense of the world, everything being understandable, predictable, knowable in the mind. And a lot of us can spend a lot of time trying to find that type of freedom. And those that do, nearly everyone, I would say, comes to the point where they go, oh, that's not really freedom at all. It's still conditional. It's an imagined freedom in thought of the mind to have things its own way, basically. And we can have multiple shifts on the path of awakening, different experiences that feel like, deep kind of movement around identification, what we take ourselves to be. And yet we can hold on to this imagined freedom, this imagined mind space or mind liberation. And all the while, we miss the calling of our heart. The calling of our heart to feel, really, to be free, to feel this moment, to feel life fully. Now, when I speak of the heart, I've had people in the past say, oh, well, the heart's just an organ that pumps blood around your body. I mean, yeah, okay, that's one definition, and I get that. When I'm speaking about the heart, I'm talking about that responsive, energetic, emotional capacity we have to feel life fully and to naturally respond to it without strategy or thought or even context. Just this ability of the heart through wisdom, or the ability of the being through kind of an embodied wisdom to just meet the moment and to meet it with full capacity. So that's kind of what I mean when I say the heart. And all my life I've been searching for freedom, but most of it in the wrong place. I've been searching up here. And I say up here, I know that thoughts aren't up here, but kind of more of a head-based, mind-based freedom of thought, to have things my own way. But really, what's become apparent is that the true freedom that I feel in my life is really, really clear when the heart is free to feel. Without barrier, without defense, without the need to fix or to justify, without reactivity, without pushing things away or trying to make things better, just that full capacity of this human, emotional being to feel the moment, moment by moment, in every moment. That's really where I've sensed the most freedom. And it's a difficult thing to open to, that open-hearted availability, because there's so much distrust that's sown into society and our conditioning that says that these emotions, these feelings, that capacity of heart, it's not useful. It's a waste of time. It's not productive. Especially if when I was growing up as a man in the northwest of England, like any kind of emotional capacity was emasculated, basically. It's just seen as, that's weak. And if you feel into that, then you're less of a person, less of a man, for instance. And I know that's all identity driven, but still, that's the conditioning that I received when I was younger. So as I move through life now, I feel deeply, deeply fortunate. I have so much gratitude that through intuition and luck and guidance and teaching and friends and family, I've been able to trust this loving heart. And with that trust, there's a deeper, deeper sense of freedom. Freedom to be fully alive in the midst of whatever life faces. I've very recently, been tending to a very dear friend of mine who died. She was really ill, and I was able to be by her side to provide her love and care, and to be alongside her when she passed. And I feel so gracious and grateful for the fact that my heart now it feels so available. I'm so used to embodying this heartfelt sense of presence that I could rest in my open, available heart space throughout without needing to plan or strategize or get out of the situation through thought. I was able to just be there fully available, completely alongside her. And it was heartbreaking. And my heart, because it's got boundless capacity, was able to break again and again. And I knew, I didn't know up here, but my heart knew exactly how to tend to the moment. There's this embodied, deep wisdom of the heart that knows exactly what's needed if we trust it. If we just trust that we have the capacity to be with and feel the moment fully, every moment fully, then we're perfectly suited, perfectly able to tend to the moment without needing to run away into thoughts or strategies or planning. And it was, like this experience of mine. It's so interesting because it can feel like a very personal experience. It's like, oh, I'm going through this, And even if there's not too much of an I am sense to it, it can feel extraordinary almost, because we don't go through this loving, living, dying process all of the time. Most of the time we're not with our dying loved ones. But everyone, this is the nature of humanity, the nature of our existence. Everyone goes through this. Everyone will be touched by death. And that means that everybody has the capacity, it feels, to be with whatever life throws at us, including the end of life, with total availability. If we only just trust this heart, this open heart to be with the moment fully, without distraction, this wise, loving heart that can remain open even in the midst of the deepest difficulties. This wise, loving heart knows what to do. And it doesn't speak to us in words necessarily, but we will find our responses coming from a place of love, tending to our loved ones, tending to the situation with gentleness, subtlety, and ease. So I wanted to share this because actually it feels like if we only do one practice in our entire life that we want to, helps us move towards freedom, I'd say there's probably no better practice than tending to this heart, this available, loving heart, and inviting it to remain open moment by moment, whatever the moment presents us with. It feels like that ability to fully be with the moment, with an open heart, is where true freedom lies.